Hey guys, Beast Morphers finally premiered. I think it was really good. What did you guys think? Actually, I should be wearing my Beast Morphers shirt, right? I'll be right back. Alright, I'm a little nervous after seeing the premiere. I don't want to get a virus, but gotta wear the right shirt for the right video, right? Alright, ready? Wow, that's smoky. Is it always gonna be like that every time I morph now? Well, other than the cloud, I think I'm fine. Yeah, that seems normal. It feels really good to be excited about Power Rangers again, right? If you're a fan of the show, you want to like the show. So I very much enjoyed Beast Morphers. It was kind of the thing I think we've all been waiting for, and I really hope it continues being good, because we've all seen premieres in the past where the show didn't quite live up to the premiere, right? Like, I think it's fair to say that Ninja Steel was sort of off to a good start, right? Like, it seemed kind of promising. It was kind of a fun concept. The Galaxy Warrior ship was really cool. Brody could have had a really interesting story, but it just didn't really go anywhere, did it? It wasn't a good season. It was kind of bad. Like, really, really bad. Ninja Steel. I mean, in my opinion, I would go so far as to say it was the worst season of Power Rangers ever. But anyway, I don't want to spend this video talking about Ninja Steel. Just saying, Jerry? Oh, Mia. Come be in the video. Here. There's Mia making all that noise. I knew I heard something. Hey. I'm not crazy. Hey, so Mia watched Beast Morphers with me this morning. Mm-hmm. What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. There was actually some character development.
Maybe I'll put here if you have... If you haven't seen the show yet, this is obviously going to have some spoilers.
This is probably not the video for you.
Okay, continuing. So similar to some other fan favorite seasons, this takes place in like one of those kind of cool futuristic looking bases. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Wars, Lost Galaxy, SPD, maybe a little bit of Time Force.
A little bit of Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Trek ripped off Power Rangers in space, though, as Jerry knows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I was saying before you just came in, how, like, I'm really excited, but, like, still a little bit hesitant because we've sort of been fooled before. So far, so good, right?
Yeah. I think if it follows this trajectory, it'll be really good.
What's going on? Hey, we're getting a message.
Hi, I'm Andre, and I'm a black nerd. Power Rangers are doing good. Doing pretty good. Bruno and me, I think you're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about this year for your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. It ain't dead, baby.
Thanks, Andre. Oh yeah, there is a lot to talk about just about this episode. This is day 2. I've been trying to do this video since the premiere yesterday. By the way, 8 a.m. is the new time slot. For any of you guys that weren't sure, it's going to be just 8 a.m. So next week, new episode, 8 a.m. on Nick. So check your local listings, set your DVRs, all that good stuff. All right, like I said, Mia and I have been trying to get through this video for 2 days now, and there's just so much we want to talk about, but I'm going to see if I can do it quickly on my own and just pick a few things, which is really hard. Okay. Mayor Daniels I really like, and he had a really great line. You guys might remember in Megaforce, they just kind of recited lines from Day of the Dumpster. That does nothing for me. But I thought that they had some really good nods to the original season and just seasons in general in the very first episode of Beast Morphers that didn't feel like just this is so you could say, oh, I remember that, you know? Okay, so Mayor Daniels is an intelligent, competent adult, which is kind of nice for a change. And he is going to go to this ceremony where he flips a switch, turning on those big towers in the city that are powered by morphin energy, which has been kind of refined by Grid Battle Force and turned into a physical liquid substance that's going to create clean energy for the city and ultimately the planet. Okay, moving on. All right, so Mayor Daniels is taking a tour of the Grid Battle Force facility, and he meets Commander Shaw, who is another cool, competent adult. She kind of seems like somebody you don't want to mess with, but perfectly nice, just don't get her on a bad side. Like, she means business kind of person. So I really like both of them, so does Mia. He's presented with the morph-x, and instead of saying, wow, this is great, he instead essentially said, this is a terrible idea. From Rita Repulsa all the way to Galvanax and Sledge, monsters from every dimension have been after the Power Rangers morphin energy, and you've essentially put it in a gift box for them. Some other crazy monster's going to come along, and it's just going to be really easy now. I thought that was a really good way to not only acknowledge other seasons, I mean, it really made everything part of the same universe. He worked in the word dimensions, which is great, because we know now that RPM is another dimension. Dino Charge is thankfully in another dimension with their dinosaurs with Christmas hats running around. So yeah, it opens up the universe. Not only that, but without getting anyone's hopes up, Go Busters, which is of course the source material for Beast Morphers, they had a lot of really interesting cameos or team ups. I don't know that they're doing anything spectacular like that, but they could. I mean, they did go out of their way to even say dimensions to address anybody that was kind of complaining about who he chose to give as examples. I mean, that's like, it's just so easy to explain that. Rita Repulsa, just on top of being iconic. Number 1, Sledge and Galvanax are the very last season. Sledge even appeared in Ninja Steel, which is the very last season before Beast Morphers. So it's like saying from 1 to 10, from A to Z, you know? Really, really easy. Don't give it a second thought. It's just really cool that they basically said all the Power Rangers exist. I really appreciated that on a couple different levels, and I hope that they're sort of setting up for something really cool later. But, I mean, it's cool either way, or is it teasing us if they don't? The other thing, it's interesting that instead of we just meet red, yellow, and blue, they get their powers here, the Power Rangers, we've got a team. It's going to be Blaze, who's kind of a jerk, Roxy, and Ravi. They're going to be red, yellow, and blue. But red and yellow, or Blaze and Roxy, end up, the virus gets into the system when they're about to morph, and their DNA is going to be mutated with the animal DNA to become the cheetah, jackrabbit, and gorilla. When the morph is beginning, red and yellow are hacked, I guess. What's the best way to say it? But anyway, they become evil avatars. A duplicate comes out of them, and then the actual person kind of falls to the ground, and they're unconscious. We'll just call them evil avatars, because I'm not sure how to better describe it at the moment. Blaze looks more like a ranger. Roxy looks more like, I would compare her maybe a little bit to Camille from Jungle Fury. It's funny I say that, because Blaze is in his human form when they were at the karate school earlier. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Jared from Jungle Fury. And then furthermore, we learned that Ravi and Roxy were a couple previously before they were chosen to be Power Rangers. And I guess they kind of have a real rule at Grid Battle Force where Rangers can't be dating. That's not the rule for every Power Ranger. Look at Time Force. Alex and Jen were engaged, right? In Lightspeed, they actually brought that up when Joel was sort of trying to date Miss Fairweather, but she kind of made that up. That wasn't really a Lightspeed rescue rule, but that's what she told Joel. Poor Joel. That is a rule in Grid Battle Force. Rangers aren't allowed to date. And of course, Ravi felt really badly later on that he pushed her away. At the very end, Blaze and Roxy are both like in these, a little bit like Zane in Space when he was in that hidden room, right? When he was frozen. And if I didn't already say it in this take, Commander Shaw is actually Blue Ranger's mother. So we actually have a mother in this season. We have in the past, we had Udana, but it's not very common. Plenty of dads, but I don't know, the mom is usually, moms are hard to come by in Power Rangers for whatever reason. Sometimes they're not even acknowledged, other times you just meet the dad, but there is a mother in this season. Jerry actually just watched the episode. Go ahead, Jerry. Okay, so what did you think of Beast Morphers?
It had a story.
Okay.
I remember it. I was able to, follow the story and keep it in my head from one moment to the next. So that's an improvement. I like that there was no Japanese footage, because, I don't know, like, the battles I think are the worst part. You disagree, but, like, to me it's like stalling. There's a story, and then, now we've got to wait for this battle that isn't really connected to the plot.
Actually, I did want to work in one thing. I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm defending Ninja Steel. For anybody saying, Beast Morphers is so much better than Ninja Steel because the first episode was all American footage, Ninja Steel also entirely original footage for the first episode. So they did do that. I have to say that because it's true. There wasn't a Zord battle. It was all original footage for Ninja Steel. First episode anyway. And they've been shooting a lot of original footage.
I'm disappointed at the comedy relief security guards.
You don't like them? Ben and Betty?
It's like they feel like they have to have a Bulk Skull every season. And I think that security guard is like the worst place. Like it for me, that loses some of the credibility. Like if you're going to have this giant business that has dangerous stuff going on, I wouldn't think that you would want to skimp on the security.
That is totally valid, because it's like, why do they have these people as the first people you see when you enter a grid battle force? It seems like it should be kind of more high-tech security. At the same time, it's a kid's show.
I guess there had to be some weakness for the guy to sneak in.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah,
But-
that's true.
But
I
think it needs to have some kind of explanation down the line to have it make sense, because right now that seemed out of place.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying. Since the Rangers are a bit more serious in this season, I hope. So far, it seems like they're going a little bit in a more serious direction. They wanted to have something that's still a little more funny and silly, because it isn't the Rangers.
That's a tough thing to do, and I've seen shows do that before. That's going to be hard to do, to have the serious part and the silly part and have them not seem like they're jarring with each other.
I did laugh when Betty came down off the stool.
I don't get it.
The first shot is you see the mayor and Betty behind the desk, and you can't, the desk is obstructing behind the desk. So you don't know that she's standing on a step stool to see over she couldn't see over the desk if she was not on the ladder. So then you come around revealing that she's on a thing, and she, steps down, she walks around and, does the scanner thing.
So the mayor comes in, and he's skeptical of this power source.
Morph-x.
He's skeptical of morph-x because it's dangerous. So he goes in there, and they're like, oh, well, we're making Power Rangers. And then he changes his mind instantly. He's like, okay, I'm going to go out and give a speech right now saying, morph-x is the future. I walked into this building not liking it. I'm walking out full support. And I don't have to talk to anybody else. This is the future.
I think he's still skeptical, but he didn't know that they were going to be Power Rangers, right? So that,
Right.
Once he saw that they actually had a team of Power Rangers that were supposed to take care of any threat, maybe he's like, okay, fine. Power Rangers, they know how to deal with giant monsters if they come along. All right, fine.
I'd like to see more time spent on him changing his mind.
Well, maybe his mind isn't changed yet, and we'll see once he's not supposed to know the Rangers' identities. We know that much, and we know that he thinks karate is a waste of time for Devin, who's supposed to be cleaning carpets. So it'll be interesting to see how long it will take till he ever finds out. But I'm guessing he's going to find out that his son is the Red Ranger at some point, and I'll bet he's going to disapprove, at least at first. He's
Yeah.
trying to get him a job.
Yeah, but it seemed kind of like...
I don't know why
there something-
carpet...
Is there something else that he's good at that he didn't mention that would make carpet washing a good fit? Shouldn't he be like pushing him towards getting a job that played to his strengths rather than just being some random job?
A lot of parents, even like when your kid is into art, some parents are really supportive and others say, that's never going to pay the bills, that's not a real job, get a real job. He didn't seem like he had anything that he was working towards, and his dad wanted him to do something, so I guess he knew somebody in the carpet cleaning business. I don't know. He had to pull some strings to get him even a... That's interesting, though. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but having to pull strings to get you into carpet cleaning, like, was Devin in some trouble before? Or my one nitpick of the show, I didn't really have many. You have the scene in the lab where it's going to be Roxy, Blaze, and Ravi, and then two of them become the evil avatars. They become the evil avatars, and then the Blue Ranger's saved when not Red Ranger yet shoots the tube, breaking the connection, the flow of the energy, right?
Okay, yeah.
But then, after the battle, before they become Power Rangers Take 2, Nate puts the morph thing on, and they become Power Rangers once they were backed into the little area where the morph thing comes down.
What, so nobody fixed the tube?
I didn't see anybody fix the tube. It seems like either Blue Ranger's thing shouldn't work, or if that tube connected to the main thing that fed all of them, then none of them should have been...
So they should have added an extra shot with someone going...
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I would have done that differently somehow. Maybe the tube was on the floor that got shot, and maybe Nate was able to put it together like that and then hit the button or something like that. There could have been some way to still sort of have the same thing happen, but without wondering, wait a minute. Unless I just missed something, maybe. But I've seen it many times, and I keep seeing the same thing. So I think that's
How many times did you watch this episode?
a couple times. We DVR'd it. I mean, otherwise, I thought it was really good. And it's the first episode, so... Typically, like when a Power Ranger season is good, the first episode shouldn't be the best. That's where you start to meet everybody, and then it builds as the story progresses and more characters are introduced and more things happen. Like, we still haven't really met the main bad guy. We haven't seen the Zords or the Buddy... They're not Buddy Roys. I'm glad they changed that name. Buddy Roids. that sounds like something you should see a doctor for. Beast Bots. We haven't met the Beast Bots yet.
The season should get better as they go along, and that's true. Like, it should build and... you get more invested. But there were some seasons that went off the rails in the middle.
I was just saying to Andre, if we were still doing the parties back in California for Power Rangers, you'd be making breakfast pizza.
Oh,
Because it's on at
early.
8. Yeah, so maybe like some cereal pizza, like Captain Crunch pizza. There could be like eggs and bacon pizza. We could still try that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do breakfast pizza.
What about like Cocoa Krispies pizza?
No.
No, that'd
Well,
be bad. Maybe.
It makes more sense than the popcorn pizza I made. Remember the popcorn and pesto pizza?
That happened. All right, and I'm going to abruptly end here because I will talk forever on this, and I don't have any toys to act out the stuff, so it's just me standing here talking. So I'm going to end here. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please check out our vlog channel. If you haven't, I'll put a direct link in the video description. And good night. Beast Morpher Phil. That's not the name of it. Grid Battle Force.
Peace Morpherville. I think it's time for bed.
It's time for bed. It's almost midnight. Okay, try again. Here we go.
Peace
I'm gonna.
Morpherville.
You're not helping, man. Okay, here we go.
Wasting away in Beast Morpherville.
Honey, you behave.
That's not really my thing.
Yeah. Grid Battle Force. Come on, you're the one with the. You're the one with the words, man. Grid Battle Force. That's where he's going. Yeah. It's our bedtime. All right, so he's going. The mayor took me 30 minutes to tell the story the first time. Okay, got it this time. Okay.
That's funny because the show isn't even 30 minutes.
Yeah. You're gonna go right to bed. Okay, not funny anymore. God, this is like take 10. Okay, here we go. All right, Mia.
I can't help it if you're wordy.
Mia. So we're in the. So we're in the lab, and you got the first team of Rangers. It's gonna be Blaze.